Well, welcome to DTV. I'm joined with new forward line coach Leigh Brown. And Leigh, congratulations, but what a week it's been. It's not even a full week since you played in an AFL Grand Final, and now you're at another club as an assistant coach. What's the week been like?
It's been pretty solid. Firstly, thanks for having me. Exciting, disappointing. I think I've had every emotion you can possibly have throughout the last week. So disappointing from I guess a result point of view, and to the fairy tale wasn't quite complete, but still a nice way to finish playing your last game of grand final. But now it's about the next chapter, and really excited about being here.
Just talk us through that, I guess, couple of days. I mean, Saturday you've played in one of the games of your life, I guess. I mean, not quite as good as the previous year, but the Monday you're announced as a coach for another club. I mean, that sort of time frame, was it a little bit surreal for you?
I think I've been preparing for coaching for a long time. I think it was just a matter of finding the right fit. I'd spoken to, I guess, a few clubs and things like that. So, obviously got a close connection with Neildy after being at Collingwood with him, and we have a great relationship. So, it's a great opportunity to come here and work with the forward line group and an exciting young group. And I look forward to that. So, it happened pretty quickly, but I think that's the way it probably has to happen because of how quickly the season can move on, and then the process just keeps going. So, it probably has to be a little bit quicker than you probably think.
What was it like just finishing your career? I mean, 246 games, fine career on grand final day. The previous year, obviously, you've achieved the ultimate, and then tasting the other side. What was it like finishing on that note?
It hurt a fair bit. Firstly, just because of the loss, and you want that fairy tale. It'd be fantastic, and we've seen recently Shane Crawford have it, Cameron Ling had it on the weekend. It was disappointing, and it hurt a lot, and it hurt the whole group a lot. So it probably shed a few tears and things like that, just with the emotion of it all. But also knew that I guess it was a good feeling going into the game, knowing that was definitely going to be the last one, whereas I guess in previous weeks it could have been, it could not have been, those types of things. So, it's a nice way to finish on grand final day, playing against one of my really good mates in Dave Wojcinski, which was a great feeling because we grew up together the whole way through. So that was a nice touch as well, but the loss certainly hurt. Yeah.
Just talking about your coaching, you've been preparing for it with a little bit of coaching on the side while you're playing. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yep. And
also your association with Mark Neild and what he brings as a coach?
Yeah, I guess firstly the coaching stuff evolved from spending a bit of time with AFL Victoria and then making an association with Calder Cannons in the under-18s, and striking up a really good relationship with Ian Kite and Marty Ellison up there, who's the head coach. And I've been up there for 3 years, so getting a training once or twice a week if I can. I train up at Craigieburn and also at Coburg, so it's been okay to get to training after we've finished. And then try to get to a game when I can. And it's been a good experience to sit in the box and sort of learn from that. But it's been more of a development role, working with the taller players and sitting through videos and taking guys aside at training, that type of thing. And then also doing some stuff with the Vic Metro under-17s, their Futures Academy. So being able to be head coach of that, it's fit in really well. There's only been sort of 10 to 15 training sessions throughout the year, and then 2 games, and lucky enough they fell sort of outside when I was playing. So to have that experience and organise the assistants around you, organise training, prepare for that, give that feedback to the players, make that call that you're not going to play this week or you're going to miss out. All those experiences, although not at the level that it's going to be needed now, but also to go through those emotions and those feelings and those experiences has been really good. So that's where the coaching stuff's come from. And then obviously working with Neildy. Neildy's been the backline coach, where I spent a little bit of time in my first year at Collingwood, but mainly it's been ruck and midfield the last 2 years, and obviously Neildy's been the midfield coach, and he's been super. He's really open and tells you how it is, and his relationship is one of the things that I guess we'll all see come through at this club. He can build relationships and he understands players, and I think you learn a lot of that from Michael Malthouse. So there'll be some stuff, I'm sure, from Neildy's previous clubs, and he's had that coaching experience and coached his own teams before, which is great. But I think you'll see some things from his coaches he's been around as well. So exciting times, young coach, and looking forward to working with him.
Just speaking of that young coach, you're pretty young yourself. You're 29. I mean, you could still be playing. You're probably one of the youngest assistant coaches in the competition there. Do you sort of reflect on that, and was it hard making that decision? I mean, when you probably could have played another couple of years, or were you really just that keen to get into coaching?
Possibly could have went on another year, but I think the time was right. It feels right. I was thinking about it, and I think that makes it right. I'm really happy and content with that decision, and I think that's the best thing for me. I've been in the game 12 years, running around getting bashed and crashed, so mentally and physically, I guess you have that, or the few thoughts where you think, it might not get, or you might not get through the whole season without, really thinking about why did you go on and those types of things, and I didn't want to get to that position. So the time's right, and I'm really happy, and I'm going to be a young, I guess, assistant coach, but like I've said, I've done a lot of preparation, and also I guess I missed out before in saying that I've done the coaches course this year with the Coaches Association and the Players Association through those guys, and with Dave Wheaton, he's been fantastic. So he's obviously got a lot of experience, and he's been able to pass some of that on, and to have him as a mentor, I guess, throughout this year for the coaching stuff has been really good, and sitting down with him each week's been a really great experience. So I've learned a lot through those experiences, and especially him this year as well.
Just finally, you've probably experienced a lot of highs and lows in footy. You were an early draft pick, one of the top few in 1999 at number 5. Kicked the bag goals for North Melbourne, 6 goals in one game. I mean, you've been delisted and had to come back, through Collingwood as a later draft pick, and probably, fend off some critics as well. Eventually become a premiership player. How do you reflect on your whole journey just before you tap into the coaching ranks as a player? Because I think the respect you've probably earned in the last couple of years has really come to the fore. Do you feel you've really earned that now as a player retired?
I think from within a club environment, I think that respect's been there. I think from outsider's point of view, it probably hasn't been at times. So. And I guess all players are similar. They only sort of worry about what's said within the 4 walls of the club, and it's coming from the coaches and people close around them. So probably haven't really had time to reflect at this stage too deeply. I've thought about it, once or twice over the last few days, but I think over the next couple of weeks it'll start to sink in more, and we'll think about it a little bit more in terms of the past 12 years and what it's been, and I guess the journey that it has been and how it finished. So I think it'll take a bit more time than less than a week to really think about it and recap it.
Mate, great to have you on board at the club, and best wishes for your coaching career. You've been a fine player in the AFL. It'd be great to see you unfold as a coach.
Beautiful, thanks for having me.
Yeah.